Dealing with disrespect is a challenging journey, a common battle we all face. However, amid the turmoil and frustration that disrespect can generate, a guiding light emerges from the ancient Stoic philosophy. This ancient system of wisdom not only guides us, but calls us to transcend difficulties with a serenity that echoes through the centuries. In this video, we'll dive headfirst into 10 practical Stoic principles, true foundations that can strengthen our resilience in the face of disrespect. So I challenge you, not just to watch, but to embrace the inner strength it takes to stay with us until the last second of this Stoic speech. 10. Let's now explore the powerful practice of changing your perspective, as the Stoics value so much. Perspective is more than simply seeing things, is the ability to see from a broad and objective point of view. This skill not only prevents us from overreacting or taking things personally when faced with disrespect, but it allows us to understand that, in the grand scheme of things, disrespect is not significant. In the wise words of the Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius, our life is what our thoughts make. By using perspective, we can see that most cases of disrespect are actually minor and temporary, not affecting our true worth or happiness. Disrespect often reflects the other person's ignorance, insecurity, or weakness, not something inherent in us. When faced with disrespect, we can choose to ignore, forgive, or learn from the situation rather than allowing it to affect us. Perspective also helps us direct our attention to what really matters in our lives, our goals, values, and virtues. We can use our energy and time to pursue what is good and meaningful, rather than wasting it on resentment or revenge. 9. Let's now explore the powerful practice of forgiveness, in light of Stoicism. Imagine someone disrespecting you. How do you react? Do you let your anger get the better of you or do you choose to move on? Stoic philosophy, with its timeless wisdom, offers Stoics valuable insights into forgiveness. In Stoicism, forgiveness is not a favor granted to another, but a gift granted to oneself. It is the key to inner peace and happiness. However, forgiveness is not an easy task. It does not imply forgetting or approving what happened. It does mean choosing to free yourself from negative emotions that often harm us more than the offense itself. The Stoics guide us to forgive, but not indiscriminately. Forgiveness must be practiced with wisdom and compassion. The Stoic perspective of justice instructs us to focus on what we can control and abandon what is beyond our reach. We cannot control the actions of others, but we have control over our reactions. Thus, choosing to forgive is not only freeing the other person, but also freeing ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment. It is a conscious choice to move forward, cultivating a sense of inner peace and tranquility. In Stoicism, forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but rather of strength. It is not a surrender, but a victory. It is not a sacrifice, but a reward. Forgiveness, in this context, becomes the ultimate act of self-care and personal growth, a triumph over the vicissitudes of life. 8. Let's now address a fundamental lesson of Stoicism, establishing clear limits. Stoicism does not instruct us to be rugs, but rather to be rocks, firm stones in the face of disrespect and injustice. A rock that knows its value and demands respect from others. A rock that controls what it can and lets go of what it cannot. When someone disrespects you, you don't have to accept it passively. It is also not necessary to explode in anger. We can be calm and assertive. We can point out what was done wrong and clearly express our expectations for the treatment we deserve. Establish clear and reasonable limits that protect our dignity and self-esteem. This is the essence of what Stoicism teaches us. He guides us to be strong, fair, and courageous. Learn to respect ourselves and respect others. Maintain internal control and external dignity in any situation. Therefore, by setting boundaries, we not only assert ourselves, but we also embody the Stoic principles of integrity and self-respect. Let us, therefore, be unshakable rocks, shaped by Stoic philosophy to face any challenge with fortitude and composure. 7. Allow me to highlight a Stoic perspective that resonates with the wisdom of the ancient philosopher, Seneca, the use of humor. Sometimes a little laughter goes a long way. Seneca, the wise man, reminds us that we master ourselves when we learn to deal with what we should not take so seriously. Stoicism instructs us to control our emotions and act rationally, but it also recognizes the value of humor when facing challenging situations. Humor proves to be a valuable tool for maintaining our emotional balance, avoiding falling into the trap of anger or irritation when we are disrespected. Rather than allowing our emotions to overwhelm us, we can choose to respond with a witty observation or a playful joke. Of course, humor should be used sparingly and appropriately. However, it is a useful Stoic technique for dealing with disrespect in a way that promotes more positive and peaceful outcomes. By incorporating humor, we not only diffuse challenging situations, but we also cultivate a Stoic approach that contributes to a more positive and serene outcome. In this context, laughter becomes a powerful Stoic tool, guiding us lightly through the complexities of life. 6. Embracing acceptance is one of the key lessons of Stoicism. As Stoics, we understand the importance of accepting that which is beyond our control, such as disrespect from others. Epictetus wisely and stoically stated that a wise man does not grieve over what he does not have, but rejoices over what he does have. This means cultivating gratitude for what we have and avoiding worries about what we lack. Stoicism guides us to make a clear distinction between what is in our control and what is not, known as the Stoic dichotomy of control. We can control only our thoughts, feelings and actions, not external events or the behavior of others. In the face of disrespect, it is imperative to preserve our inner peace by accepting it as part of life. We should focus on what we can do to improve ourselves and our situation. Accepting disrespect with Stoicism allows us to avoid unnecessary anger, frustration, and resentment. Furthermore, it provides an opportunity for learning and personal growth. This approach enables us to deal with disrespect in a rational and calm manner, contributing to the construction of a considered response in the face of adversity. Stoicism, once again, proves to be a compass to navigate the turbulent waters of life with calm and wisdom. 5. Directing our focus on virtue is one of the central ideas of Stoicism, urging us to develop qualities such as wisdom and courage. These are the characteristics that help us to live well and act correctly. Seneca, the renowned Stoic philosopher, proclaimed that virtue is nothing more than right reason. This means that being virtuous is equivalent to being rational and consistent with the natural order of things. Stoics believe that virtue is the supreme good in life and that everything else is irrelevant. In the face of others' disrespect, Stoicism urges us to focus on virtue in our response. This does not imply ignoring or tolerating disrespect, but rather responding in a way that reflects our Stoic values and principles. By focusing on virtue, we can avoid being influenced by our emotions, preserve our dignity and integrity, and grow as individuals. Stoicism challenges us to be the best version of ourselves even in difficult situations. When facing disrespect, the pursuit of virtue is not just a motto, but a dynamic practice that drives us to transcend challenges while remaining true to Stoic ideals. This journey of virtue is not just a response to disrespect, but a constant affirmation of our integrity and commitment to personal growth, even in the most adverse circumstances. 4. When dealing with disrespect, Stoicism proposes the dynamic practice of empathy. Put yourself in someone else's shoes, understand their perspective. Empathy offers a different view of the situation, revealing that disrespect may not be personal or intentional, but rather the result of the other person's insecurities, fears, or ignorance. This practice not only allows you to feel compassion for others, reducing negative feelings, but it also avoids taking words or actions personally. Responding with dignity and respect becomes possible when seeing the situation through empathy, understanding the other's perspectives, feelings, and motivations. This approach prevents conflict from escalating while preserving dignity. Empathy, in tune with the Stoic principles of wisdom, compassion and self-improvement, not only makes it possible to learn from challenging situations, but also promotes personal growth. By practicing empathy, you can confront disrespect in a positive and constructive way. I thank you for your strength in getting here, Now, let's go together until the end of the video, demonstrating true Stoic fortitude. 3. From a Stoic perspective, as Seneca sagaciously proclaimed, anger is not just a present evil, but a habit we cultivate. The Stoics' fundamental belief in the primacy of self-control and rationality resonates strongly. They argue that impulsive reactions, driven by intense emotions such as anger or frustration, often result in poor choices and unnecessary suffering, especially in the face of disrespect. This practice, intrinsic to Stoicism, not only promotes more constructive interactions, but also reduces the emotional burden associated with disrespect. Pausing, as an essential Stoic strategy, emerges as the antidote to impulsiveness, leading not only to rational decisions, but to more positive results and personal flourishing. In the face of disrespect, pausing becomes the Stoic path to maintaining composure and fostering inner growth. 2. On the path of Stoicism, we delve into the powerful practice of self-reflection. The Stoics, faithful believers in the direct influence of thoughts on the quality of our lives, exhort us to constant personal improvement. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, wisely proclaimed, happiness is intrinsically intertwined with the quality of our thoughts. When facing disrespect, self-reflection becomes an essential anchor. Inquire, as a true Stoic would, whether there is truth in the other's words or actions. Examine, with Stoic sincerity, whether your own actions or words instigated the situation. Ask yourself the answer that is most aligned with your values and virtues, molding it into Stoic coherence. Objectivity should guide your self-reflection, providing a deeper understanding of the event and the role you play in it. Self-reflection, in this context, is not mere introspection, it is a powerful Stoic tool, ensuring that your responses spring from rational judgment, not passing impulses. This process not only fosters learning in the face of adversity, but also cultivates personal growth and wisdom, intrinsic pillars of Stoicism. 1. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy of resistance and wisdom, teaches us to remain calm in the face of disrespect, highlighting that we are not disturbed by the events themselves, but by the way we interpret these events. Epictetus emphasizes that people are disturbed not by their actions but by their view of them. Disrespect is not inherently harmful, its impactful nature lies in personal interpretation and judgment. Recognizing that the behavior of others is a reflection of your own thoughts, feelings, and opinions, not a judgment of true value, empowers us to remain calm and preserve our emotional balance in the face of disrespect. Inner fortitude, combined with Stoic understanding, transforms offense into an opportunity for growth and emotional resilience. Always remember that Stoicism does not seek the suppression of emotions, but rather the ability to manage them effectively. By applying these 10 principles, you can remain calm and strong in the face of disrespect and rude behavior. If this knowledge was useful to you, leave a like to help us reach more people in search of ancient wisdom. If you're new here, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more lessons on Stoic wisdom. Thanks for watching and we hope to see you in our next video. Stay Stoic.